This is a review of the Coast TX300R 3000 lumen flashlight. It is a newly released product, just like the PX200R, which I recently reviewed, and I mentioned in that video that I was going to be reviewing the TX300R next. I was very impressed with the PX200R. That is a 2000 max lumen flashlight, and this one is a 3000 max lumen. You do have to go into turbo mode to get the max lumens on both of these flashlights, and of course that mode is timed so the flashlight does not overheat. The TX300R sells for a little over $100, and the PX200R is around $50. And I got both of these on Amazon. Take a look at the lumen output for each mode. So on high, we get 1200 lumens, which is really good. 600 on medium, 100 on low, 22 on moon glow, and 3000, like I said, on turbo mode. And this has twist focus, just like that one does. One of the main differences is the fact that this one has a display on it that shows you the mode you're in and the runtime that's left. Another big difference is that the TX300R has a tail switch in addition to a side switch. This one, the PX200R, just has a side switch, no display. It just turns on or shows up green or red based on the state of charge. On the TX300R, the side switch is actually for memory mode, so I have it set to high right now, and that's basically what all of that side switch does. Is it turns it on whatever setting that you have programmed for the side switch. The tail switch starts off on high. Next click is medium, low, and moon glow. If you have it on for a little bit and you don't press the button for a while, and then you press it again, it'll just turn off. To set the memory mode, which right now it's on high, you turn the flashlight on with the tail switch to whatever setting you want to put it on. We'll put it on low. And then you hold down the side switch until the light flashes, and now that is programmed into the memory. Turn it off, and I press the side switch again, it goes to low. The PX200R does not have a memory mode, and the user interface is a little different, so if you're interested in seeing how this one works, go ahead and watch my review of this one. Really focusing on... I like the twist to focus system that these Coast flashlights have. It feels just fine, and one of the things that I mentioned in the review of the other one is that even when in spot mode, it still has some flood spill to it, so that's nice. I haven't used this one as much as the 200R, but so far the battery life seems to be pretty good on this. One advantage that this flashlight has over the 200R is the fact that it does not have visible pulse width modulation like this one does. When I made the video of this one, the PWM was interfering with the camera's frame rate, and it was making an effect on the camera which was not visible in person. This one does not have that issue. It's really only an issue with this if you're going to be using it during video recording, but this one, it does not create any effect on the camera. There is no visible pulse width modulation on this whatsoever. This one can also act as a power bank. As you can see, it says Type-C in and out, so you can charge a device off of this if you want to. Here is a look at the battery. It's a 5000 milliamp hour, just like the 200R. This flashlight does get very, very hot when it's in turbo mode, which, like I said, is timed, but it still heats up quite a bit. Running on high, it stays nice and cool. It really doesn't get all that hot at all. To access turbo mode on this flashlight, you just turn it on with the tail switch or the side switch, whatever you want to do, and you double tap the tail switch, and now it is in turbo mode, and you can see the countdown timer. I am going to go ahead and turn off the lights over here, and we will take a look at the beam. Alright, it's nice and dark over here now. We will start on high. There's high, like I said, even in spot mode it still has some spill to it. I turned off. Go to medium, low, moon glow, and off. As you can see, there is no pulse width modulation causing an effect on the camera. Let's go to turbo. Yeah, it gets quite bright. Now I'm going to turn off all the lights down here and really test how bright it is. But before I do that, I'm just going to turn off the lights over here again, and we'll zoom in and out. Alright, we'll go up to high and zoom out. Definitely lights up a nice wide area when you're in flood mode. And back to spot mode. Okay, we got all the lights off down here now. It is extremely dark. Let's go to high. And wait for the camera to focus. There we go. I will go to flood. Okay, let's go through the other modes. Here is high again, medium, low, moon glow, off. I'll try turbo out. So there is the 3000 lumen turbo mode. Let's go into flood for that. Very, very bright. This flashlight does have a strobe function. For that, you press the button 3 times. The TX300R does not have a strobe function, so if that's something you're interested in, you're going to want to go with the TX300R. Now I'm going to test the battery life. I am going to turn it on high and let it run until the battery dies. See what it says we're at right now. So that's what the current battery level is. It says we got 2 hours on high. So let me go bring it over to another area and we'll just let it sit on high for a while. It is currently 5:55. I am turning it on high now. And it says we have 2 hours. And I have used it on turbo quite a bit, which will obviously drain the battery pretty quickly, so we'll see how long it lasts this time just on high mode without going to turbo. It is currently 7:24 and we are still going. We got 30 minutes left according to this. So far it seems to be pretty accurate. It is 7:48. We have almost reached the 2-hour point. And we got 10 minutes left on the battery indicator. So I would say that is pretty accurate. It is now 7:53 and it just went down to 0 minutes. So yeah, I think this is pretty accurate. It said we had 2 hours when I first started this, and that was just about, we're a couple minutes away from it being 2 hours, so that's pretty good. I am very impressed with the battery life on this, just like I was with the TX300R. I think this is a great flashlight. Obviously it has lowered the brightness a little bit since it's been on for so long, but still it's very impressive. It is now 7:55. It has officially been 2 hours, and I'm interested to see how long it goes because we are at 0 still. It is now 8:31 and this thing is still running even though it says 0, so I'd say it has pretty good battery life, just like the TX300R. I am very impressed, and yeah, I would highly recommend this flashlight to anyone who is looking at buying one.